Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Some Sort of Gaming podcast. It is February 23rd, 2020. We've been doing this for almost, 30 episodes? We're not at 30 yet, I think, but we're almost in.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing it for a minute.
Anyways, I think we're one of the more longer form. We've been alive for quite some time. Right now, it's only me and LadyInfamous. The other two are AFK all day, so we're not going to be seeing from Zeldrick or Unsheath P. We got, a few topics that we can possibly talk about. It's not a whole lot has been going on this past week. So anyways, I want to know what LadyInfamous, what you been up to this past week other than yesterday when we met up.
Oh, we met up yesterday at the Bay Area Live event. It was the birthday party at this Irish pub called the Irish Bank. I don't know about y'all, but I had fun meeting everybody and just eating some. Oh my God, I was starving. I was literally starving. I ordered too much food. I had some drinks, was okay. There was a lot of new people there, and some regulars as well. So I had a good time. Also, I have played earlier in the week was the Fractured Butthole, more Call of Duty. I thought I can be 1v1ing people, but that's not it. I thought I was going to be the shit at 1v1, but it is harder than it is. So I'm trying to practice on that a little bit, excuse me. And I played Dishonored 2. I started with that this week as well.
All right, cool. Anything else?
No, I don't remember doing anything.
Other than work, creating hearts to your new hires.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so this is so
what about you?
Yeah, so what I did, I wasn't, as everybody knows, I wasn't here last week. I was at a birthday party of one of my good friends. It was great. It was at Dave and Buster's, and we got and we got unlimited play on any of the non-ticket machines. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what me and my friends did was we played the Tomb Raider shooter game. It's 4 players, and it was on this giant ass screen, and the gun is like a size of like a Desert Eagle but bigger, and it was pretty heavy too, even though it's all made out of plastic. So, and there's 15 levels, which makes it even harder on our arms. Like me and my friends, like both of them are pretty big people, right? Like they're pretty they're taller than me, and then they have much more endurance than me, but they gave up before I did because of how tired they were. Yeah. It was kind of hard to play because it was running at 30 frames per second. I was saying, dude, this is so blurring on my eyes, but I kind of got through it. But we were just trying to beat each other's scores. It was fun. It was fun. I wish we kept going, but they were just being a bunch of bitches about being tired and all. So I was like, okay, fine, we'll stop and play something else. And we wanted to play the Mario Kart game, and we wanted to play 4 players, but one of the machines was broken. So we were saying, oh fuck, we're definitely not gonna play that. And they had the Halo arcade machine too, but that was always occupied, so we couldn't play it.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, what have you been playing?
Oh, for me, I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile.
Come on, but you're not playing real Call of Duty though.
No, but I'm playing with people that's on so okay. So this is what I did. Right, so this is what I did. I was playing battle royale, like single against on the team based game. I was solo, and I won twice.
Well, it'd be like that sometimes. You gotta
in a row. for the 2 games that I played.
Wow.
Yeah.
You be OPing because you got the keyboard and mouse. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Well, not only that, I'm also wearing headphones too, so I have like directional sounds. I notice a lot of people who are playing that game are not wearing headphones and they don't know where the sound is coming from or where the shots are coming.
Probably not. Usually people who's playing Call of Duty Mobile is like on the bus, on the train, waiting in the waiting room at the appointment, something like
so
that.
I was like, okay, well, I have like advantage in like every way possible. I was playing at 60 FPS on the large screen so I can see further away, and I'm on keyboard and mouse.
Yo, you was cheesing. You was sweaty. That's could be called sweaty.
Yeah. Oh, I played Starfletchers.
Oh, really? Oh, tell me about it.
Dude, that's a weird ass game.
You don't like it, though?
I liked it. I actually have it uploaded on my YouTube channel on every... Yeah, and it's fully edited, too. So any parts that I had like an expression, you can see my camera just blow up to see my reaction to it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I encourage anybody to at least check out what I have experienced and it's on my YouTube channel. I didn't stream it, because I wanted to have like a full recording. I wanted to have it fully edited and all that too. What else did I do? I actually made a business plan for my website, and I'm trying to make it so it's like I don't want to go too deep into it, but what I can go into is that I want to make it into a company, a gaming company, and community research database kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but basically I rank every company and any big community that I see on how what's that word I'm looking for? Humanity. How much of a humanity level that they're at. Like, and one of them we might get into. I don't know. I'm not sure if just having 2 people here is going to be will make it an interesting topic. Maybe I can go over it next week. But as of right now, that is what I'm doing. I'm trying to build that up right now. And I think that's all I did this week. So I'm just ready to get going on with the topics.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Oh, wait! Before I continue, I also watched The Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
The Umbrella Academy.
It's based off of a graphic novel, or should I say, like, a comics book series, and basically.
Is it anime or action?
It's live action. Like Ellen Page is in it and all that. Yeah. It's very strange. It's like based off like kids that was born on the same day that doesn't have a father. That a bunch of women got pregnant without having sex, I should say, right? And they just got pregnant. And they were all born on the same day, and then this billionaire just decided to just buy them off of them.
Oh,
yeah,
wow, really?
No, because they were like, okay, well, and then because the billionaire believed that they all had special powers, and they did. Like I think there was like 44 kids, but then only 8 of them gave up, or 7 or 8 of them gave up their kids.
Oh.
Yeah, and Ellen Page's character doesn't have any powers. And so she was like, one of those people that just said, you know what, I don't have any powers, so I don't want to do something about this. And I'm pretty excited for the next season.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyways, on with the topics. Did you watch the Siege Invitational last week?
I did not. I
am very excited for them.
What happened?
I don't know if you saw the announcements, but I think Siege is on their way to be a tier 1 esports.
I'm not surprised about that. I mean,
I am, because they haven't been doing anything to make it a tier 1 esports until
you haven't seen.
No. I've watched. No, it's not about playing the game. It's about what they do at the events and what makes it a like an esports event. Like this whole time, like they were like they were not tier 3. Like I'll give them that, but they were definitely like tier 2. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's about time.
Yeah. Because currently there's only like 3 tier 1 esports, and can you name what they are?
CS:GO, Go, RainbowSix Siege, and League of Legends.
So it's Dota 2, League, and CS:GO. And
oh wow,
Dota? Yeah, Dota 2 is considered a tier 1 esports. And yeah.
Oh wow.
And what Siege is doing, I like what they're doing. So basically, I was watching it, I think on the finals, and well, the finals I had to rewatch it because I was gone, like at the birthday, and you guys were doing the podcast. But yeah, so yeah. But I had to but during so the next after I got home, I was watching the VODs, and they were talking about like how they're restructuring everything on how they do like their majors and premieres. So what they're doing now is, in the entire year circuit, there's going to be 3 majors and 1 premiere, and they're going to do regional and they're going to do like revenue sharing across 44 different teams. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And before, right, like skins were part of the like I think Ubisoft decided to choose a skin of an operator for a specific organization. But now I think organization now has a choice that fits with their brand with an operator or whatever it is. They didn't go too far into it, but I think this is a good thing because it makes money for the organizations, which keeps them in the game, and people can identify people who love that organization would want to buy skins for that organization, which gives these organizations money, and it'll keep the community of this game alive.
Yes, it does. I do agree with that.
Another thing that I also liked that they've been missing out on, especially as a shooter, right? Counter-Strike like figured this out a long time ago, which is why I consider them like well, a lot of people would say that they're they're tier 1. Giving players an option to warm up before, going in like a ranked game or like some serious game. Like they have like they're implementing like an arcadey gun mode. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's I think that's a good thing because it gives them like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna do like a Call of Duty style gameplay, deathmatchy type of gunplay kind of thing. So that I think that'll give professionals or people who wants to get up there like time to warm up before going into something serious. Another thing that I liked is going back and fixing underutilized guns, maps, and like things that you would not want to watch after you die.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about this?
I haven't played Siege in like.
Yeah, no, but you have experience with this, right? Like like there's certain operators that you don't even choose.
Yeah, I don't.
So they said that they're gonna go back and like restructure everything instead of adding new operators, like adding too many new operators, because they're now like what 50 of them now or something.
Ooh, I would say that at least 25, 30.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I heard like you mean like 25, 30 per side?
No, yeah.
Yeah, so about 50, right?
Yeah, I can do a quick list check on these operators if you want me to.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we talk about at least 50,
Yeah,
55.
yeah. See, so they said that they're gonna go back and like restructure everything. It's like instead of like adding like two, what would consider like what I think like two new operators per like whatever. I don't know how the release schedule was before, but instead they're gonna make it into just one operator per release schedule.
Yeah, they doing
Yeah,
that,
and I think
I think that's kind of messed
I
up.
don't think so. Do you know why? Because this is like the issue that Dota and League had, where they were just pumping out new characters all the time, where balance just became a problem.
You think just having one
Well, no,
operator
the thing
really
is,
more
yeah, no,
balanced?
the idea is they're given more time to focus in on balancing everything else.
Mm. I have to get back on the game and see what the difference is at, because year 5 is coming
Yeah.
up.
So yeah, because if they just keep pumping out new characters, weapons, or whatever, right? Like they're just gonna like I mentioned this before, but power creeping. If you remember what that is, power creeping is if when releasing a new character, that character is overpowered.
It does happen
Yeah,
sometimes.
because it's like, okay, well, everybody's just gonna ban the first character. Another thing I liked what they're doing is what is it? Let me see. I wrote notes here. Oh, they're updating maps.
Yeah, they're gonna just like updating the map. They're like changing the layout.
Yeah, the
of
layouts,
the
the
map,
place, the scale of certain things, and like not just that, but how it looks. And this is something that Counter-Strike has been doing, too, for almost several years now. Because like the most popular map in Counter-Strike is this map called Dust 2, and I've seen that map change like 4 or 5 times already. Like they're making it better, or they're making, and then at the same time they update on how it looks, so it looks nicer. And I'm pretty sure you've seen like the map for like house and all that, right? The changes.
Yeah, there's subtle changes, but big changes as well that changed how you work the map.
Yeah, so yeah, I was like saying, oh cool, they're actually like doing something to make the experience better for everybody instead of just pumping out new things all the time. Because I think if they didn't do that, then the survivability of these games are not going to go well. Because if they keep pumping out maps, it's like saying, "Oh, I gotta learn a new map. Oh, I gotta learn a new like a completely new layout." And then and there's just so much information that you have to remember, especially if you're trying to like rank up or go to pro. It's just too much to handle. That's why in games like Counter-Strike, there's only possibly like probably about a dozen maps that people just have to remember. Maybe not even a dozen maps.
Not even, no, because of the rotation of it all.
Yeah.
So.
One thing that I don't remember how tournaments work these days, but like map banning, like integrated map banning. I think that like depending on the game, I guess it really makes sense to actually place that in. Before it was just like, oh, the tournament guys or the tournament organization just chooses a map and you have to like practice that map before the actual play. But I guess now they're just trying like these days I noticed that like a lot of these esports titles are just having like this option to ban maps instead. Do you know about this?
No, I wasn't aware.
So they're so when you're going into a ranked match, now you can start banning maps.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that so you can ban operators and maps. Wow.
Another thing, another thing that
crazy.
they're doing, which I wish that they did in Counter-Strike, but then that something that Apex Legend has mainstreamed I don't know if they created it, but I'm pretty sure they mainstreamed it because they did such a good job, is the whole ping system.
Did they change the ping system?
Yeah, they're changing the ping system. So like you point at something and then you ping it, and then it'll say like, oh, there's ammo here or something like that, and then like it show for every whatever you pinged, everybody can see where it is.
Are you? This is gonna make you want to play?
No, but I like watching esports, right? Like I watch almost every big esports out there. So like I wanted to see like the progression of how this industry is, progressing. Instead of like, it's like I've been watching certain minor leagues and like majors for Siege 2, and I was like saying, dude, there's something about this that's not making this like, at the top tier level. But I feel like all these changes are making everything that Ubisoft is doing is making them at a top tier level. Like everything that they announced like last weekend.
But the question is, do you feel like wanting to play?
I wouldn't say nothing play, but I do appreciate what they're doing to make it into a better experience for everybody. Oh, another thing that I think is a very good. This is so crucial to keep to like anybody that's competitive, is game demos that Counter-Strike has been doing before CS:GO. They've been doing this for a long time. Probably because it's part of the Half-Life engine, but the game demo is basically it records replays for the entire game, and you can watch it from any perspective. You can rewatch the whole thing from anybody's perspective, or you can free roam the camera.
With CS:GO Go or Rainbow Six?
Like now you can do it with Rainbow Six now.
Oh, but before you can do it with
CS:GO. Yeah, CS:GO always had that functionality since like 1.3, which is like more than 20 years ago. Or no, about 20 years ago. Wait, when did CS come out? Around since like, I would say just under 20 years ago. Because that's when CS came out, yeah.
I did not know it came out 20 years ago. I'm learning stuff from you today.
Yeah, so... And yeah, League of Legends didn't have that for a long time, or I don't know when, but then they added, I noticed like when I opened it up the other day, I was like saying, oh, there's a replay function now. It's like saying, no wonder they've been going on. The reason why I find that important is because of two things, right? One is content creation. Like people can make like cool ass videos for whatever they did, instead of just having a first person perspective of everything all the time. They can like cut to like a different angle from a third person perspective, or like cut like and then go straight into like a first person perspective, pause and then like record something else and stuff like that. So like that'll create more content for the game. Another thing is like it allows people who are trying to like learn like what they did wrong or what they did right, and strategize like what like look back on what they can improve on from the games that they played.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you. Yes, but I hope this will bring more people to the forefront of Rainbow.
Yeah, or at least more people watching the series, because right now like Rainbow Six is currently is currently considered a tier 2. Like Call of Duty, PUBG, Siege, Rocket League, and Hearthstone is considered tier 2. Yeah, and then people, there's only 2 games that's very close to being tier 1. They're like in this weird limbo between tier 1 and tier 2, and that's Fortnite and Overwatch.
You know how I feel about Overwatch.
Yeah. Well, I'm just letting you know that they're trying to like break through this ceiling of trying to be tier 1. And now I feel like Siege is going to be in that limbo too. And then we got to see how things are if Ubisoft does everything right for the next year.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I mean, tier 3, I mean, it's pretty much FIFA, StarCraft 2, Apex, Legends, and most of the fighting games. It's mostly Street Fighter and Smash Brothers, and I think NBA 2K is considered tier 3.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, they're all like tier 3 esports because of the amount. It's usually because of the winnings and the amount of viewerships that they get. Like that's how it's usually tiered by. But yeah, it's very exciting for Siege because like having 3 majors in regional majors too. Like, you know, there's Asia Pacific, North America, and I think Latin America, Latin America, and Europe. Yeah, so they're all going to be regional like majors. And then they said something about qualifiers after all the majors before the Premier League. So I think that's a very well structured system that other games have done.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody that plays a Rainbow Six game, I'm surprised you don't watch it.
Excuse me. I watched it. It's not like I never watched it. It's just that I didn't watch the recent the tournament. Like, was it in Atlanta?
No, the recent. I think it was in Canada.
Oh, I thought there was no. I'm thinking about Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, I think that Call of Duty wasn't in. Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you know, something that Activision is doing, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with their esports. It's so weird. I feel like they're just inflating their system that it's very hard for them to hit tier 1.
I thought it was tier 1
no,
already.
Call of Duty is not a tier 1 esports. Same with Overwatch. Like Overwatch, I feel like it's much more structured than Call of Duty, but at the same time, it's trying to hit. Like I know Overwatch is trying really hard to hit tier 1 esports, but like because of how Activision is like, the way how they're organizing everything, or I don't know, what's that word I'm looking for? Well, the best word I can think of is organizing everything. Is just like, I don't know if any of their games are just gonna it's gonna hit tier 1 because they're not really, because I feel like their focus is profit, not really community.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, have you seen what they've been doing this past year? Yeah, like that. Like it's kind of unfortunate. Like I'm not saying this to like dish on them. I'm saying it for how it is. Like
I'm not saying. Look, I agree. This is the thing with Call of Duty. It's always been about profit. You didn't know that?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Before, like Call of Duty, like, you know, remember Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2? Like those are fun, and that was not about profit.
Back in the days, it was about the passion of the game, but now it's like, okay, we got to make this money. Sponsorships now is taking a hold of it, so yeah. I was like, I used to watch it, but you know, when you see the same people being in the main stage, that shit gets redundant sometimes. So I just don't watch the esports portion of it.
I think you should. It's very interesting to watch. It's very it's fun to watch.
Maybe we should do a watch party.
I mean, like I watch Siege like most of Saturday and then like half of Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, and then I was like, I have a feeling that they made an announcement somehow because everybody on Twitter is talking about it, and well, that's when I came home and then just watched like the big announcements that I just talked about.
We should watch it. Anything else happened in the news this week?
I mean, I want to talk about the whole like Sony canceling the PAX East thing.
Man, We can.
Yeah. Well, to me, okay. First, I want to get your opinion on it. Like, let's first talk about. Please explain to everybody what the reasoning is.
Okay, they're not going to PAX East. They're not going to GDC. Sony says they're not going because of the coronavirus and health, factors, which I understand personally. My opinion about this, like I've been saying this whole week, I feel like they haven't showed much of anything compared to what they would show like PlayStation 4 or PlayStation Pro. I hope that I see like something from them in the future. But as far as today we're concerned, there's going to be some place. I think they said there's going to be some demo stations at PAX East. I heard, but nobody actually working for Sony being there. I just slightly disappointed, but it is what it is.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I went, really? That's like, I think that's a stupid ass excuse. First of all, there's not a whole,
Who got
because
who is stupid?
Sony, yeah, because
wow.
For multiple reasons.
Explain.
For multiple reasons.
Okay.
One, there's barely any cases, maybe about 12, maybe 13 confirmed cases. It's not a whole lot, right? In the entire US. Not only that, do you know where PAX East is?
It's in Boston.
Yeah, really, in Boston. Out of all the places, really?
You sound
really? First of all, there's barely any. More people died with the flu this past few months than the coronavirus in the US. And you're telling me, and this is my tinfoil hat. I'm putting on. I'm gonna put on a tinfoil hat right now. All right. So, I think, for me, I think they don't have anything to talk about, and not only that.
Ooh, I didn't say it. You did.
I did. Okay. Yeah. I don't think they have anything to talk about, and they're just holding off until Xbox, or I should say Microsoft, are going to release their prices for Xbox Series X.
You sounded like me on Wednesday. Some people are not going to like your opinion on that.
Yeah, so I was like saying they're just waiting for Microsoft to release their prices so they can say we're going to make it $100 cheaper.
They're going to say that. People are talking about as well that it's going to cost $450 to make that PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, with the PlayStation 3, they were losing money from the console itself for a long time too.
So, what do you say to the people that because there's people like, okay, their health is more important than them showing us any games and stuff like that. How you feel about that?
Okay. One, again, I said there's not a whole lot of incidents in the US, let alone Boston, right? Especially in Boston. It's just like, I mean, sure, it's like a petri dish that there's going to be a lot of people, especially PAX. It's going to be super crowded, and all it takes is just one guy to mess everything up. But there has been so many conventions this past month and then there's still no reported cases of what's going on. I totally just think that PlayStation has nothing to show, and they just want to like wait out until because what was it at CES, what did they do? Nothing much other than show a logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they didn't really have anything to talk about. I still don't think they have anything else to talk about. Damn. And I think this whole they're just using the coronavirus as a very convenient scapegoat.
Ooh. Okay, well somebody's gonna say something about that next week. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now because I agree what you're saying. But people are going to think that you're very insensitive to people's health. And I'm saying as a business, if they can't be at these places, why can't they show more online? And based on their track record with Sony, they haven't really showed much. And personally, for me, that ain't kosher for me. Especially if you want me to spend money on your possible console, and if you ain't really showing me nothing. But you know what? People say about the fan base. It's all about the fan base, and even if it has trash on it, it's gonna be bought day one because of their fan base. But
yeah, I mean, they're very good at branding it.
Yeah, but they gotta at least show some to their loyal fan base. Like,
okay, so I think a week before, I think a little bit over a week ago, I was reading a Forbes article on a research that they did on millennials and Zoomers. Right, like we were millennials, right, and then like people who are younger than us are Zoomers. They did a research study on which brand that they think most of, not just video games, but just brand overall. Like that includes like Amazon, Facebook, and like any of the gaming companies and stuff like that. Guess what was number one for millennials?
What?
PlayStation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was like that doesn't mean that they buy it, right? Like it just means that that goes through their mind. Because if you look at it, if you think about it, like PlayStation branding is all over the place. Like if you go to a baseball game, there's a PlayStation logo. If you go to like possibly like a football game, there's more than likely a PlayStation logo somewhere. But you know what's interesting? Like number two is like, I think it was like Amazon. I have to look at the list again, but I'm pretty sure number two was like Amazon for millennials. That goes through their mind. And for Zoomers, people that are younger than us, number one thing that they think about, what do you think that is?
Instagram or something.
No.
What? Twitter?
Xbox.
Really?
Yeah. That goes through their minds. Again, it doesn't mean that they go out and buy it. It's just that goes through their mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it doesn't even mean that they're going to go buy it. It's just like, what they think is like, like a brand that's like really strong.
Well, they better show something.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, like I'm pretty sure like, well, again, with PlayStation, I'm pretty sure they want to do the whole protection thing, but I'm like, God, but it's in Boston. I just can't, like, no matter how much I think about it, more people died from flu this past month.
But hey, they have a legitimate excuse. That's what they want.
Yeah, I mean, China's doing their part on preventing the spreading by like, really, really holding down their people quarantined, right? And then even like in Japan, they're holding down the like there was a bunch of people on a cruise ship, I think, and they're just quarantining those people too. That doesn't mean like they're like isolating them. They're just they're quarantined, meaning like they're not sure if they're good or not.
Well, we just gonna have to wait and see on that one,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, if that is a legitimate reason, like...
Well, people, that's the excuse that they gave us. We can't do nothing but sit and run with it.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. I think that's it for Sony.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. Did you know Apple, the iCloud, it's doing their test on Game Cloud service on iOS now?
Yeah, I think I saw something about that.
So now you can sign up to the program on your Apple phone, and you can be able to, and you gotta have an Apple phone. You gotta have a Bluetooth enabled controller, and I guess you sign up and you can be able to do that. I haven't done it yet because I don't think I got a Bluetooth enabled controller. That's like a wireless controller, right?
Doesn't Xbox have a Bluetooth? Oh, your PlayStation.
Oh no, you need an Xbox. I'm stupid. I'm really stupid.
Bluetooth is universal.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, ain't that like a wireless controller? I got that. I can do that.
Yeah, well, Bluetooth just is a technology. So
well, they said a Bluetooth enabled controller, so I'm thinking like.
Yeah, PlayStation controller is Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
I use it on my computer all the time. That's why I know. I don't use like a PlayStation dongle or anything. I just have it like, I just hold down the PlayStation button and it just connects to my computer.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I think Apple's actually doing pretty well for they're trying to do in the gaming, because I remember when Steve Jobs was still alive, like he was like saying I hate gaming or something like that.
Well, let him hate then.
But then I think they're doing something right here. I also saw something else with Apple. I forgot what it was, but I don't know. I don't have anything to think to talk about Apple right now. I totally forgot what it was though. Let's see. Oh yeah. What do you call it? GeForce Now just came out. I think about a week ago.
What is GeForce Now?
So GeForce Now is another cloud gaming service. And yeah, I mean, they've been around for like 7 years already. 7 years of beta.
Are we going to try it out?
I already tried it out.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it works. However, all it is just a remote computer.
Really? So what do you think about it? Is it fuckwittable?
I mean, like I said, like all it is just a remote computer. And when I tried it out again, it uses just as much data as xCloud and Stadia, right? When you're streaming it, and it still feels like you're playing it remotely. That's like, visually you can see like it's not like perfect, but you can see the what do you call it, the ray tracing that I don't have. So if you want to try out ray tracing on some of your games on Steam, like you can totally do that. But it's kind of it sucks how a lot of publishers are backing out of GeForce now.
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, the thing is that with GeForce Now, like basically you sign into your Steam account remotely, so you have all your Steam games remotely.
Interesting.
Yeah, so right now I have like 800 games on Steam. Basically, I can just play any of those 800 games on Steam remotely with ray tracing. So you can have like a $200 computer and be able to play with ray tracing.
I'll have to see what that looks for me.
Yeah. But again, all it is just a remote computer. And I know like xCloud is like that. Stadia is doing something completely different. But then like I don't know why they're not talking about it. Like I'm like, I don't know. I just think Google's marketing team needs to like get on it, because they're not doing a very good job like trying to promote, like trying to show how awesome their service is going to be. I can see how awesome their service is going to be, but they're not talking about it for some stupid reason. Let's see. I mean, I can talk about Atlus, but like I don't know if you'll be interested in that.
What's Atlus?
Atlus is a company
that
makes RPGs like Persona.
What about it?
Basically, they're putting up this stupid rule again, like they did in Persona 5, on social media.
What about it? What's the rule?
The rule, okay, so there's this game called Persona 5 Phantom Striker is coming out. And before I continue, do you believe that if you upload something to a game to social media, it's pretty much promoting the game, like it gets more eyeballs onto the game, it'll keep people interested in it, right?
Good or bad, it's going to show the game. Yes.
Yeah, and it might get people interested in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably people who never even played a Persona game will be like saying, "Oh, that looks pretty cool."
Yeah, but they don't want to do it, don't they?
So basically, they put out this 14 commandments on what it is. uploading screenshots or video requires you to use the console's own capture and share functions.
So I can't capture my shit?
Not with OBS.
Oh wow.
So you can't stream it. Atlus will not allow screenshots or video capture via personal capture cards. So what I just said.
Yeah.
Only upload videos to sites supported by the sharing feature on Switch and PS4. So you can't, so you can't upload it to like Live Leaks or anything.
But ain't that game old?
Persona 5 Phantom Strikers? No, it's not even out yet.
Oh,
Persona 5 is relatively old now, I guess you can say. About 2 years old now. Yeah. If you are showing event scenes or story scenes, you must clearly mention that they are spoilers.
That's okay. Never mind. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
Okay. Let me see. There was like this one that's really done. Oh, players are not allowed to share anything about the game's ending or anything afterwards.
You got me fucked up. I'll spoil the shit out of that game for everybody. Keep messing with me.
The thing is,
you tell me I can't tell my friends the ending of the game?
Yeah, basically they're saying so what they're saying is like you can't do that because we want it to be a surprise. And I'm like thinking like saying people who are gonna watch that are the people that has to go out of their ways to go look for an ending of the game. Nobody's just gonna find the ending of the game on YouTube randomly. You have to actively search for it.
Yes, you have to actively search for it.
It's not like saying, oh, it's going to be on that autoplay, YouTube autoplay to automatically start playing the ending of the game. If Atlus requests you to remove a video, please remove the video.
Really? So there's no okay, so you're telling me this game is not a streamable game. I got it.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Isn't that pretty like I feel like
you feel like it's not they should have showed
I feel like okay, so I used to have this same mentality back in high school, like it might be a very Japanese thing where like you want things to be exposed under your own terms.
Uh-huh.
Instead of just people doing it for you. And I think that's like a very Japanese mentality. I don't know why. I don't know how I was able to be, I was trained to do that. And then, I grew out of that like after, like around college time. But yeah, but I'm noticing like this is like a trend, like, after seeing like what Nintendo did and what Atlus is doing now, like I'm like seeing this weird trend on like mostly Japanese companies that's doing this.
Well, they have every right to do so, Sharpie. That's their company. I mean, it would be nice to stream their game, but if they acting like that, I don't even want it. I don't even want to mess with it. I don't want to stream it. That's fine with me. There's just some companies that be like that.
Another thing that they said, footage and screenshot should also show copyright Atlus, copyright Sega, copyright Koei Tecmo Games, all right reserved at all, anywhere on the screenshot or anywhere, all the time in their videos.
Okay, like I said, I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so good.
This is pretty, yeah, this is dumb. Like, Persona is like a very, I would consider it like, would you consider it a very niche game?
Yeah, it is niche, but people like it though, and they should have every opportunity to get their videos known and people sharing the good scenes of the game. But if they stopping them from that, you'd be like, damn, homie, that's kind of messed up. But that's their company though. But I bet you what, I'll tell you the ending. We're going to be in a party chat like this, and I'm going to be telling you the ending. Can't tell me not to tell nobody about the ending of the game. You crazy.
Oh, here's another dumb one. Uploading gameplay that to sites that require subscription services or payment to browse is counted as using gameplay for monetary purposes, and you're not supposed to do that.
Who cares? I don't care. I don't care, man. I when you mean that, just I don't even. This is for all the Persona series, or just this recent one?
Just this recent one.
Well, I won't be streaming that recent one then. I'll just have to go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, Persona 5 had that same problem, and basically, like, they had to backtrack because of the same backlash that, you know, they've been getting. And Atlus USA didn't have any control over that. It was Atlus Japan, right? Like, people were like complaining to Atlus USA, saying, wait, why is it like this? And then Atlus USA couldn't do anything about it because they were, you know, they had to bend over for Atlus Japan.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it is what it is.
Cool.
Anything else?
I mean, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No. It's been, other than Sony not being here this week, nothing much. Nothing much at all.
All right, cool. I guess not. I guess I think we should just start closing this out then. It's been about it's almost been an hour, so
hey,
it's only two of us.
Hey, I think we did pretty good for just the two of us today. I think we did a pretty good job.
All right, so let's start off with you. What are you doing this next week?
Oh, I'm going to play some more Dishonored 2, The Fractured Butthole, and I don't know, maybe some other off-the-wall games to play. You can catch me at Lady_Infamous 415. And on my side piece, Lady_Infamous 30 on Twitter. And thank you guys for listening to us, and we'll see you next week.
All right, and I'm JSharpie. You can find me at twitch.tv/JSharpie and JSharpie TV on Twitter. JSharpie with an extra E at the end on Instagram. Oh, and I have jsharpie.com now.
Oh yeah, JSharpie.com.
And I'm gonna continue working on my what do you call it? My website's my website's like business plan.
Oh, okay.
This week, I might play. I actually don't know what to play. Oh yeah, I reinstalled we call it Path of Exile, so I might play that.
Okay.
Oh, and I got Besiege for $5 because it's on sale right now, and they finally released that game like out of beta or out of early access. All right. Other than that, that is it for this week. We'll all see you next week. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Please like, favorite, subscribe, whatever platform you're listening to on. It only takes 2 seconds, maybe not even 2 seconds to do so, especially if you're on a mobile device. Just tap on that like button. If you got friends that like these diverse gaming conversations, share the podcast with your friends too. See you guys next